Welcome back to week 7 of O Shift. No, I'm not the dad from Invincible. I'm Rylick.
And I'm Scooter, and I'm channeling Enrique Iglesias today because the mic pack is turning my t-shirt into a v-neck. So actually, we're in 2001.
So rather than 90s month, it's 2001 month.
And Ricky Martin is still in the closet.
Up first, we have BMW's M-Line getting electric with the new i4 M50. It's surprisingly priced less than the M3. We actually have some good news from BMW.
Is it good news? Because never mind. I'm not even gonna go there this week.
Well, on this week's episode of Going There, Scooter's...
The i4 looks like the 2 Series grandpa. Not the 2-door 2. 4-door. The front wheel drive too. Is that you? Is that you, Toyota? Is that you, Honda?
Not the BMW Corolla.
That's looks like an egg. BMW SE.
And that's enough good news for BMW as we head into our next story. The S58, the motor powering the new M3, X3M, and X4M, or whatever the nomenclature is today, is now being recalled for issues with rod bearings. This is an issue that has literally been happening for the past 20 years with BMW M cars. Can you come up with something else?
Clearly they can't.
Just make the cars with better rod bearings.
You have the money, or do you? Is that you, Toyota?
The Mustang will lose 10 horsepower in 2022, but will it be enough to stop killing pedestrians?
Okay, so scratch me getting a Mustang. I don't want to be in that number. But I do want to be in the number of that price. The Toyota Prius has been called one of the ugliest cars in production currently today. We can't help what we look like, say it all around the world. Sorry.
Jeez!
And in Genie My news, no.
I was gonna say, I was just talking to Jamal about this, but just kidding. That segment comes on next. About how ugly the Prius has been year over year.
Them hoes sell out like croissants in a French bakery, so it don't even matter what we think.
It does actually. Now that you said it, it kind of looks like a smushed croissant.
Like,
It looks like that one that's pressed up against the glass.
you know what it looks like to me? It looks like so you know like when Batman and Robin have like the bikes, but Robin is in like the little part. It looks like that little part that's connected to the actual bike
I totally
has no use.
It reminds me of the Ghostbusters bug.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, level 5 monster. Get her out of here. And wow, what a moment news. There's a dealership in New Jersey, a Kia dealership, that will be selling you Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and other exotics. Now Latrice from the Marcy Projects can finally meet somebody outside of her tax bracket.
Hey girl.
Hi, Jay-Z's mom.
An IMSA driver saves a day by not flipping. Land Rover's Discovery gets a new Metropolitan edition, but to be honest, since the Defenders come out, I could care less about any of their other cars.
Cannot. Don't care.
Do not.
None.
Not once.
Nope. 2-door, 4-door.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. You can give me any one of them. I'll leave my boyfriend for one.
Me too. Because I ain't got one. And even then, careful.
Tread lightly, literally and figuratively. And in Girl Shut Up news, F1 drivers say the Autobahn should have a speed limit. This is coming from people who kill people willingly with their cars by not braking, by going around turns.
Like, girl, who are you fooling?
And they're like you should stay out of it. No, you should be the last person saying anything.
You might just want to sit there and eat your lunch.
I'm looking at you, Lewis Hamilton.
I'm also looking at you, Lewis Hamilton. But be safe.
For us.
For me.
Everybody see how selfish he is. I included him when I really couldn't have. He only thinks about himself.
I do. And Lewis Hamilton.
Y'all saw how he sabotaged me last week. What you gonna do this week?
We'll find out. In It Gets Better news, bullying works as Acura has started making better decisions as we continue to talk shit about them week over week. Most recently, they announced that they're going to be putting a stick shift in their Integra.
Beautiful.
Well done. It gets better by bullying.
Bullying works. Sorry, kids out there. We're not here to parent you. You're parents for that. And if they have something to say about it, we'll be there. I'm actually excited about the Integra. I mean, even though we're just getting like 3/4 panel shots and the headlights and a picture of the stick shift. You know, like when you used to have to like dial up to the internet and then like you didn't want to get in trouble for looking at porn, but you could just look at like
Here and there,
like little snippets of it. I think it's doing it for us. I think it's doing it for like all the automotive industry, to be honest. Because every post I see about it, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, like I can't wait till this come out." Like they literally nicknamed it the Taggy.
It's literally giving like drop your OnlyFans link.
Yeah, like hurry up.
These are like
It's like you know how you like follow the OnlyFans links on Twitter, and then you're like, "Oh, I might have a little time and money for this one." You might get $12.50 out of it. But y'all girls be tripping. Once y'all get over like $15, I'm like, it's a little too rich for my blood. Let's keep it in between the 8 and 12 range.
My HBO Max is $14. That is your cap.
That's it. That's all we got. Because you ain't producing more content than them. You think it's gonna come in a 2-door variant?
I hope it's not.
It's probably a Civic.
I really, really hope it's not sitting on that Civic platform.
The Civic platform is good in the Type R.
If I'm nervous that if it sits on that Civic platform, it's going to end up looking less attractive than what we're thinking from these silhouettes. It's going to be like when Infiniti gave us the concept of the QX 60 or whatever their numbers are, and then we got the production model, and it was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that shit is ugly. But you know who also has like a tremendous amount of times of doing that to us? Subaru. The WRX, like the concept, you be like, oh shit.
And then we get it, and it's an Xbox.
Then it comes out, then it's a kangaroo. Like why is a Japanese brand like so heavily influenced by Australia? I don't get it. I don't think they get it either, but it's whatever. It's not for us to drive. I think the only thing we'll drive from there is a BRZ, and that's pushing it.
Is Australian lesbian friendly?
Well, they got a lot of nature trails, so probably so. That's all I got. I don't know. I'm assuming so. You know lesbians like to hike.
Oh,
When the last time you been to Runyon?
I know he did not just call me a lesbian on air.
You are giving Eve though.
Lexus finally got away from the design language of 8 tracks and touchscreens with the new NX. Beautiful. For once.
For once. How do you feel about it? Because I really like it.
I think it's cute.
I think it's dope.
I actually like
My little sister has an NX.
outside of the LC, because the LC is the LC, that's my favorite.
Favorite one.
Yeah.
Proportion wise, the way it looks, the technology on the inside. I think it's there. I think it really saved them, for real.
Yeah. Well,
Because that UH is ugly. Although I do like the very back. The very back looks nice.
like, you just got
Yeah. Standing, let the blink. Open up the dirty.
Michael Jordan announced that his new NASCAR team will be called 2311, named after himself and co-owner Denny Hamilton. 2311 is also a number of bets he lost prior to making this happen.
2311 is also the amount of children he has. That got a lot of kids.
Being African American, yes, I'm African American, it was my sworn duty or responsibility, I saw that side eye, to report this.
Up for debate.
Please stop checking other on my Scantrons. I'm sick of it.
You're not even on the Scantron.
Yeah, because don't test me, bitch. Earlier this year, Bubba Wallace made history as one of the first black drivers to win NASCAR at the top level. He also made history as one of the first drivers to get pulled over during a race.
And in more black NASCAR news, wouldn't you know, he's driving a McDonald's car.
And a new black female driver has just popped up driving a crispy chickens.
A hot and spicy. And in other black sports news, wouldn't you know it, his wife is white. And in more Bubba Wallace news, wouldn't mind touching that bubble.
Wait, does he look good?
Yes! Look him up right now.
Oh, shit.
Look him up right now. I told y'all he wasn't black. Yeah.
Wait, why do we get to call him black and not me? Like, we're literally the same shade.
You have a blonde wig. If I didn't know Riley's fine ass daddy was black, I wouldn't believe it.
Jeez. What about my mom? My mom is black. Oh, but she looks so light. So here's a funny story. Hey, Mom. I don't know if you remember this, but up until 3rd grade, I was telling people that I was mixed because I thought you were white. And I don't know, it made no sense. It's just because you're light skinned. Like, you look and you clearly look black.
It starts at home. That's all I have to say. You need your ass beat.
Reviews are in for the new Ford Bronco, stating that it has poor ride quality and poor build quality, and I could finally see the comparison to the Jeep Wrangler.
You have a point.
Jeep is helping you put $100,000 towards any other vehicle with the debut of their new Grand Wagoneer.
Oh, yeah. I'll buy an Escalade before that.
Bitch, it's too big. It looks like, you know the big Lego? The one that's like double decker?
I know which one you're talking about. Actually, it looks like when you used to draw cars, Riley. You care to share? Shout out to Phil. He knows what I'm talking about.
This is a part where I get to be annoying and tell y'all to like our video and subscribe so we could keep sending you more of this fun stuff about cars. All right, we're here again answering your questions about cars because this is a show about cars. So we're just gonna jump right into it.
Yep. All right, so first question. What's a car you wish they'd bring back that's been discontinued?
It's a tie between the Lexus LFA, which was a $400,000 car that was way too expensive that Lexus made, or I would honestly have to say the Dodge Viper.
Dodge Viper.
Yeah, it is a beast. You know what that is?
I have no clue. It's not ringing any bells at all.
Picture like the most insane car of all time. Like this car, when it came out, didn't have anti-lock brakes. Like there weren't really door handles. You didn't have air conditioning in the car. Like You didn't have any of those features. It was just fast.
And that's what you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was complete chaos. How do I get a nigga to buy me one?
I'm going to say you frame him. You find anything that you can find on him, and you threaten to frame him and go to the feds. That's what I would do.
All right, well, I wasn't going to that extreme. I was going to say hump on him in a very uncomfortable car, so he's like, oh, this is uncomfortable. We should do it in something better.
That works.
You don't have a bed to hump in for some reason, and in this scenario, your car is the only option. So fuck his brakes off in that car, and that's how you get a new one.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, when you were a kid, what did you want your first car to be?
The car that I don't want to be discontinued anymore, the Dodge Viper. Like, it's just a roller coaster on wheels. Like, a roller coaster on the 405 or the 5 or wherever you decide to drive. I would definitely say the Viper.
Viper? Okay. I always envisioned that it would be, because I'm a Y2K kid, it would have been the Volkswagen Beetle. The like redone Volkswagen Beetle, not the old school one that had like nothing on the inside, but like the cool one that came out in like, I think like 99 or 2000. I remember I had like the posters like all over my wall. Like I just knew when I turned 16, I don't even know how I thought I was gonna have money to buy a car at 16, but I just knew that that was gonna be my car.
That car's like riding in one of those Macs from the 2000s.
It is. And that's why I liked it, because it was like so like I was really into like, you know, like futuristic, like, oh, this is gonna be the car of the future. And I remember they had it in what was that Disney movie where they always were like, Zetas Lupitas or whatever.
That was before my time.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm not up there yet.
Well, yeah, that was like the car that was then, and then like everything that was like cool. I think the Spice Girls may have used it on something. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have this Beetle. It's so bomb.
I could see that. Like you're literally riding around like one of those brats.
Yeah, and it had like a little thing where you could put like a little flower in it. And I was like, I'm gonna put like a little sunflower in it, and like hang some stuff from it. I thought it was gonna be so beat.
Obnoxious. Please don't pick me up ever. So, have you ever done a hit and run?
We already addressed this, and I ain't addressing it no more, okay? I may have or I may not have. Y'all have to watch the last episode.
Yes, and he doesn't talk to me anymore.
Oh, that type of hit and run. Ba-boom. Shh. Okay. Oh.
A hit and run when I was like 18. I was in a Wendy's parking lot, probably getting a 4 for $4. And like I was backing out, you know, you had your friends in the back because it's a brand new car. Boop, hit that car, put it right in the drive. Did not look back.
Oh my gosh, Ryan, you're a felon. I'm about to report you.
All right, go for it. Give me some street cred.
Have you had sex in a car? I plead the fifth. The fifth, sixth, and the seventh.
I was younger at some point.
Okay. Younger and what?
You know what the saying is? Young and...
Okay, yeah, we got it. We just gonna slide right on. We gonna slide on through that one.
Which are the best ones to fucking... The ones made by Sealy. That's a mattress. You should be in the bed if you want to have sex. A car is very uncomfortable to have sex in.
I agree. Or get a minivan. I mean, it's multi-purpose. You could have sex in it. You can like drive your drunk friends around if you want to be like a DD. If you have kids, you could take your kids to soccer practice. I mean, you could basically live in there. I would say just get a minivan. Maybe like an old school like Honda Odyssey or something, you know?
Okay. I thought he was going to creeper van. I was like, this is getting really suspicious. Like, what is your next thing?
No.
I think you're trying to reference my mustache in some kind of way, and I feel really offended.
So, what up-and-coming electric vehicle will give Tesla a run for their money?
I mean, there are so many right now. I would say Lucid is dangerous. Rivian is a problem. Rivian's just making like trucks and SUVs now, but when they make their way to cars, I think Tesla's going to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I would also say Lucid. You may have remembered on the first episode I made a joke about Lucid, how all of their numbers are like better than Tesla's right now. The one that's like heading everything at Lucid came from Tesla, and he's getting shit done over there. It's a cute girl.
It is. Is it like sportier, or is it like more?
We're gonna put an image up on the screen.
It kind of looks like a mix between like Audi and Kia.
I don't know if I like that combo.
Oh,
But
Kias look a lot better now to me than they like. I don't think Kias look bad. They just look, I don't know, like a little.
Okay, a lot of the people asking questions are really horny. What's your favorite sex position in a car? Does this qualify as a question?
My favorite sex position in a car is one where I'm not in a car. Can you guys stop having sex in cars? Like, I don't even want to get in your cars. Like, I don't even know what you've been doing in your seat. Like, girl.
Girl, at all. Listen, if I feel anything feels slightly sticky in there, I'm punching you in your mouth. Why'd you bring me into this piece of shit?
I'm thinking you spilled a glass of milk on the seat, and come to find out, you spilled something all right, but it wasn't no milk.
Delete 3 cars from existence.
Ooh. I'm gonna say, for one, let's remove Toyota Celicas, because what was the point of even having a Toyota Celica? We already had the Accord. No, that's a Honda, huh? That was like what? Like Toyota's version of like the Honda Civic, like their competitor. Get rid of that, because the Honda Civic was clearly the better girl in the group. So delete her. Oh, Pintos.
Oh my God.
Get rid of those. Why did they even have those? Do you want a car or a truck? Which one do you want?
Did you know those used to explode if they got rear-ended? Like, so you know on those 90s and 80s movies, the car accidents were always exploding?
Yeah.
That was really happening in a Pinto.
Like, why would you, like, who said, you know what? You know what's gonna be cute? If we have this, it's gonna look like a car in the front, but a pickup truck in the back. Like, why you, like, that's the mullet of cars. Who would want that? Like, ew.
It's so gross.
Ew. The third one, probably like Chevy Tahoes, because I just feel like they're so big. Why do you need a car that big, a truck that big?
What's the Secret Service gonna do now?
Get rid of them Tahoes. Take them back to Tahoe or wherever they came from. I don't know, but just get rid of them.
For me, the BMW i3 could like not exist.
Really?
That thing is...
That's one with the doors that go like this.
No, that's...
Oh.
And they actually do this.
Oh.
That's... oh, those are called gull wing or butterfly doors. The Rolls-Royce SUV. It is hideous.
Are you serious?
It looks like a furnace. That shit is so ugly. What was it? Was that Home Alone when the furnace was like talking?
Yes.
That's what I see every time. It just looks, it looks like a ridiculous cartoon character. It looks like, to me, if like Brave Little Toaster's friends decided to be a car. It is hideous. Sorry, whoever drives those. I just really don't like them.
If you do drive one, please call me. I'll slip my number down in the comments, because I want to be friends.
This car has done a lot of good, but I hate its drivers. I want to wipe the Toyota Prius off the face of the earth, because you guys are some of the most entitled, awful human beings I've ever seen, except for one of my friends. He's great. But the rest of you tend to be terrible. You think your car is faster than it is, so you cut out into traffic. Now we have to slam on our brakes. We've done totaled our car. It's ugly. Like, I feel like I can't wipe that from existence, because then we wouldn't have electric cars.
No, they kind of did. They started the game for the electric cars, really. And I mean, they were ugly. I mean, when they first came out, I thought they were kind of cool because they were different. Then when they started, like, the cars started like breeding and having other ugly little cars, then it became a problem. Now it's a pandemic.
Yeah.
We gotta get him out of here.
Population control. Okay, so I want to get rid of Dodge Challengers. The chokehold that has on our community is disgusting. All right. It's a big giant boat. Like, I feel like I'm riding around on the Titanic. Like, go ahead and put that right into an iceberg. I don't ever want to see it.
Now that's the car that you could have sex in, because you already know that's what the trade drive. So it's big for a reason.
Yeah, it got an extra bunker down there, that big ass thing. You can just go ahead and just go on down the steps. Mm-hmm. Please stop buying Dodge Challengers.
So next question is most underrated and most overrated vehicles, and why?
These are really good questions.
These are tough questions, y'all. My brain is like, it's glitching. I'm like,
All right, Wendy.
yeah.
The most underrated car to me right now is probably anything that Genesis makes. Performance-wise, they're fast as shit. Technology-wise, they're like keeping up with the German girls. That's BMW, Mercedes, Audi. In terms of like materials and finish, it's great. Their design is sexy, and you're getting all of that for a fraction of what you'd be paying for their competitors. So I think they have the stigma that they're a Hyundai. They did some terrible branding. And so like they need to kind of separate themselves from that. I don't know how they go about that, but I think that is the most underrated car. When it comes to overrated, Lamborghinis.
You don't see it for Lamborghinis?
I don't. It feels like a very easy to drive sports car. Yeah, they're fast, but it has all-wheel drive. It has like all these electronic assists. It's not an enjoyable supercar to me. Like, sure, it's gonna knock you in the back of your seat. You'll have fun with it, but it's just like, it also gives me like Ford Taurus of celebrity cars. Like every time a celebrity is like, oh, I'm gonna get something, it's a Lamborghini. Every time, it's the same car.
Because they have like this look to them, to me, that is just like so like sickening.
They look bomb.
Yeah.
They look great, they sound great, they're fast. I just think they are overrated for what they are.
So do you like Ferraris more than, yes?
Yes. Like, I would much rather hear a Ferrari engine revving up, and like, the thing about Ferrari is I would take a Ferrari from any era, like any decade. There is a hit there. Ask like most car enthusiasts, they will take a Ferrari from any decade. I can't say the same about Lamborghini. Like, they've had some misses, or they might be cool in that period. Me seeing a 10, 15, 20-year-old Lamborghini is not the same thing as me seeing a 10, 15, 20-year-old Ferrari. Like, they age differently. Like, there's a different grace with the two of them. I think one is iconic, the other one isn't. Great engineering, bravo. But
Okay.
what's a car that you see that you're like, I just don't see it for this girl?
Okay, so you probably won't like it, but the Audi SUVs, I don't. They remind me of Volkswagen SUVs. Like, it's just like, we're paying all this money for this Audi, and it's literally, I can go get a Volkswagen.
If Beyonce were a car, what would she be?
Beyonce would be the Rolls Royce. She is a Rolls Royce. She is the top of the top tier, the baddest, the most expensive, the most luxurious car ever.
I was gonna say she was gonna be a Maybach because of the song.
Yes, that too. Yes, just anything that's expensive and just luxurious and just classy and smells good, and ooh, you just want to touch it and feel it. That's Beyonce.
Very much so. But it has to be that car that you can't quite get your hands on. Super rare. It pops out every 7 years and takes a bunch of pictures when they're about ready to do something.
Yes. Get your coins ready. Okay, so next question is, if you were a car, what kind of car would you be?
Yeah, That's an interesting one. I think I would be a Porsche because Porsche is very like versatile and fluid. Careful. I'm referring to the fact you can take a Porsche pretty much anywhere. You could take it to a track if you want, the canyons. You could take it on a road trip if you wanted to. You can drive it daily. They get great gas mileage. You can use it to, pull up to the golf club if you want to. I'm not into golfing or, whatever you want to do. Right? Like, I'm trying to think what the girls be buying Porsches for. Sure. You can fit a couple groceries in the back seat because it actually has back seats. So, I Instacart, but if, you like to go in there with these people that cough on produce and, refuse to wear masks, you're welcome to do that in your Porsche. And I think that's why I would be a Porsche. I'm just very open and go with the flow, but like, find out. I have very pull-up energy.
Period. I'm gonna say I would be. I'm gonna say a Ferrari because I'm fast. Next. Okay. So next question: why is a DCT better than a traditional manual transmission? I have no clue what that means.
So DCT stands for dual clutch transmission. It's basically an automatic that operates like a manual without actually having to push it on a clutch. You can drive it just like a regular car.
So I think mine has that where it's like it's automatic, but you can kind of swoosh it over and do that thing.
That's a type of feature on a transmission, but this is a specific type of transmission. So a manual has a clutch. Most automatics operate on bands. Like it's bands that rotate the gears, like versus like a clutch that in like opens and engages. So a dual clutch is doing all of those things, but without you, the person, having to press this clutch, that third pedal, open and engage it. And so if you put it into like your manual mode, it's gonna feel very much like a manual car. I don't think it's better. The times, it's gonna be faster, right? Because a computer is always gonna shift faster than I can. Like I could be as great as I want to on the track. I'm never gonna be able to pop into a gear faster than a computer can. It's impossible. So from that piece, like if I'm on a track and I'm like out here trying to win a race, or I'm trying to put down best lap times, or I'm one of those people that drive around for these brands to make their cars look really good, I'm going with this dual clutch transmission. But for me, like if I'm going to be doing all that, I want the thrill. Like I want to be able to actually be moving around doing X, Y, and Z with my car. I don't get that out of the dual clutch. So sorry girls, the dual clutch is not better. It's just a matter of preference. Like if you don't like driving sticks, or you're too scared to drive a stick, or you haven't learned how to drive a stick yet, then dual clutch transmissions might be for you.
I'm still not doing it. No, ma'am. Give me an automatic. Because automatics, you just press on the gas, you go, boom. You need to stop, you stop. You on the hill, you don't got to worry about balancing it out. Like, that's too much.
Well, tune in next week to find out what's going to happen with Jamal and this idea of never driving a stick.
Not doing it.
The original Acura Nsx was a supercar you could daily. The history of the Nsx traces back to 1984 with the Honda Pininfarina Experimental, or HPX concept for short. The goal was to create a sports car that could compete with the Ferraris of the time, but at a notably more attainable price point and possess Honda's bulletproof reliability. Once the project received the green light, it was rechristened NSX, meaning New Sports Car Experimental. The NSX project was full of innovation. The F-16 fighter jet-inspired sports car was the first mass-produced car to feature an all-aluminum body. This kept the weight down significantly compared to its competition. Power came from an, again, all-aluminum 3-liter V6 engine, which features Honda's VTEC. Ooh, the screams. VTEC stands for Variable Valve Timing and Lift Electronic Control, producing a respectable 270 horsepower. Again, this was the 90s. That engine was mated to a 5-speed manual transmission, or starting in 94, the Sport Shift 4-speed automatic transmission, also known as F-matic. What's the F stand for? The mid-engine sports car made its official debut at the 1989 Chicago Auto Show to much fanfare. Production started in Japan soon thereafter for the 90 model year, with it being sold as an Acura in the North American and as Honda in its home market. It was originally solely available as a coupe, but a T-top option became available in 95 because we like the sky. Or to be seen, or to hear our engine better, or whatever the reason is, keep making Targas and T-tops. Anyway, in 97, it underwent a performance upgrade, which saw the arrival of a larger 290 horsepower, again that's up 20 horsepower, with a 3.2-liter V6 engine and a facelift in 2002 when fixed lighting units replaced the pop-up headlights. The first generation NSX is an icon in the automobile industry and was a testament to Honda's capabilities at the time. And now, we have this NSX, which giving a lot of confusion if we're being honest. If it were me, if you're listening, Acura, because we talk about you all the time, I would make another version that is stripped down, remove all the electric motors, hybrid pieces, everything that's weighing that car down, and help the drivers feel more in tune with it. This was a car for tuners, so let's get back to that. Give us a raw version that we can modify, build up just the engine, lightweight, and let's be able to turn it into what we want, like the kids are still doing with the Supra and the new Z out right now.